Good day, children. It's your step auntie, Kay. Girl, I have avoided doing this. Not really avoided. All my water's falling over and carrying on. Yeah, I watched the episode last night and I was like, oh, girl, it drained me. And I'm still drained. I couldn't even go from one Ryan Murphy production to the next one. I couldn't. After I turned off 911, I was going to watch the assassination of Gianni Versace, but I was like, girl, I can't do nothing but go to bed after this. I watched the episode, I took my shower, and I took my behind to bed. Let me go and get into it. So, we on a plane. We already know that's bad. We're on a plane. We are soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. And there's a couple on the plane. They say, well, let's try to join the Mile High Club at the last minute because the plane is getting ready to descend. Descend back to the ground. And so the stewardess is telling the girls, hey, put up your tray tables. Let me take your last little bits of trash. Everybody should be in your seats. Let's put our seatbelts on. Let's prepare for landing. These idiots decide, and yes, I'm saying idiots because that was stupid. They decide, you think we got enough time to join the Mile High Club? Y'all done been on this flight. This whole flight. And you couldn't. The shortest flight I've ever been on was 45 minutes. That means you have about roughly, and this is reaching, a 10 to 15 minute ascension time and 10 to 15 minute descension time. There is a short little 10-ish minutes in between where you could have been in that bathroom. So I don't know where they were flying to or from. But there was some time where you were in the air. If you wanted to do all that you were doing, you should have done that while y'all were in the air. Because I'm looking at a plane descend right now. The thing is turned over on its side. Not literally on its side. I wish I could show y'all. It is leaning. I live right by the airport. I see planes flying all the time. And honestly, it is so beautiful. I want to take a picture one day, but go out and do a photo shoot of the planes. But that's not, y'all don't care. But yeah, the plane is kind of tilted, preparing, turning. It just did a quick, not a quick, obviously, because it's a plane, but it just did a little around, and now it's almost back facing the opposite direction because the airport is over there and it was flying over there, but now it's back flying over here. The point is, all of that is not stuff you want to be upstanding and doing anything while that's going on. You know what I mean? You just kind of want to be in your seat. I'm watching the thing right now as we speak, and it's not bumping and carrying on, but in case turbulence does pop up out of nowhere while you're descending, I've been there. I have flown a lot. My first flight, I think I was 4 years old, and I can't even count how many times I've been on a plane since then. And I've been on planes. I fly by myself a lot. I fly with my mama. I fly with my grandparents and all of that, and we all understand that when the plane is ascending and descending, have your seatbelt on, sit down, because you don't know what's going to go on. It is most likely for a plane to crash while it is ascending or descending. It can't crash while it's in the air unless, like that situation a couple years ago when the planes were on the direct path to hit each other, but that is very rare. That is very rare. So sit down is the point. So they done went off in the bathroom getting ready to, join the Mile High Club. I don't even consider that joining the Mile High Club, niece, because, girl, y'all wasn't miles high. Y'all was descending. Anyway, so they done went off into the bathroom. Also on the plane, there's a little boy and his mama. The little boy's getting ready to go on his first date. He's working on his magic tricks to impress the girl. And he tries one out on the stewardess. And he's like, he tells her to pick a card or whatever, and she picks the card, and he asks, is this your card? And she's impressed and all of that. I think all the cards were the same, but she was very, impressed because it's a little boy and it's cute, and you want to pretend oh my gosh, wow, magic, amazing. You want to do that with the children. So he and his mama are, riding, flying, carrying on. And then there's one more out of the people on the plane that we saw, and there was this guy. His name was Dale Marks. Dale, he wasn't really doing much on the plane. I'm going to have to get to him after we have the situation. So he's flying, minding his business. He's got his, his, what is it, like a Knicks cap? One of those identifiable teams, honey. I don't watch sports. But, how you doing? FUBU shirt. I ain't seen one of them in a while. But, oh, girl, get out the street because I'm not going to stop. I'm going to run right over you. I sure am. Get out the street, niece. Right on out of it. Thank you. He was on my nerves. Where was I? Okay, so Dale, he on the plane. He got his baseball cap on. Yada yada. We'll get to that in a little bit. So the plane. The one thing I don't care for as far as this show, aside from Swoop, is I don't care for, we have these situations, but we don't get to see how they've happened, what's going to happen after, really, we don't get to see any of that. The one thing that I don't really care for as far as Law and Order is they show us too much of the aftermath of what is going on. Law and Order SVU. Have y'all been watching that? Girl, I'm tired of Olivia with this baby. Let me tell you that right now. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Noah. I'm tired of them. I'm tired. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about this. So, while the little boy is showing the stewardess the magic trick, the plane jolts. I don't know what it did, honey, but everybody done flew up into the air. So, that should have killed a number of people right there. You look in the wrong direction, because if you step out in the street, right. Because I wasn't going to stop. If you stepped out in the street, that's you. We had to pray for you, but that's just simply you. Anyway, I'm doing too much. Where was I? Oh, so the plane did something, honey, and everybody flew up in the air that wasn't strapped into their seatbelts. I would imagine that would hurt, because the sheer force of, and we'll get to that too, because there was another guy. The sheer force of you just flying up into the air and smacking the top of the plane, it don't seem like it would be comfortable. And for those sitting down, it seems like you could break a lot of bones in that seat, because seatbelts break bones. They ultimately save your life, but you could crack your ribs, your pelvis, all of that. Well, these in the plane, obviously, you're probably not gonna crack your ribs, but your pelvis and all that could snap, your hip bone and your thigh bone and all the bones. So when I saw that, I was like, dang, that gotta hurt. And we didn't see no more. Oh yeah, we did. The stewardess got up. I was gonna say, did she die immediately? Because I would have died immediately. Let me hit the top of a plane, out. That's it. But she got up and she was telling everybody, brace yourself for an emergency landing. And I turned to my mom and said, this is why I couldn't be a stewardess. Because after I had hit the top of the plane, I would have just laid there. I wouldn't have got on the speaker and told nobody nothing. It would have been every man for himself and God for us all. Because, girl, I would not have been able to get over there and be like, prepare for emergency. If I would have got to the speaker, I would have said, we finna die. We finna die. Tell the Lord you're sorry. Command your soul to bless the Lord right now, because we are out of here. Glory. Because I don't have the wherewithal. In situations like this, I don't think that I would have been able to get to the speaker. I would have been trying to save people if I could. If I saw you and could unsnap your seatbelt right quick or whatever, I probably would have done that, but I wouldn't have had the mind to go over to the speakerphone and tell the girls to prepare to brace for emergency landing. But that's just me. So the plane flew up, blah, blah, blah. And then it ultimately, we see, and this is what got on my nerves, is we see they shoot over to the pilots, and the pilots are pressing buttons, and they, we have an emergency 911, da, 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 blah, and they pressing and flicking switches and all of that. And that was the last we saw of them. So I'm expecting, since they've shown us this scene with the pilots, that they're going to give us some information about how the plane went down, but they never did. So you see all of that. You see people panicking. You see the masks drop from the ceiling, and folks were starting to put them on, and all of that, child, all of that. Now, what was strange to me is after they dropped down because they landed in the ocean. One of the wings was on fire. It was a mess. Landed in the ocean, and once the rescue teams got there, the little masks weren't hanging from the ceiling no more, and it just, where'd they go? Where did they go? We just had them. Anyway, I be catching. But so they're in the water. Obviously the firefighter team has gotten that call or whatever, and they didn't go out there to fight fires. We ain't seen them fight a fire yet. We haven't seen them combat a fire yet, and there was a fire on the plane. But okay, they're emergency first responders, so they jump out in the water. They've got these boats, and everybody is running out there, and you see there's a guy strapped to his seat, and he's on fire, and he has perished, and he's floating through the water. And I said, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not sure. Me and my mama both were like, what are we? And I kept telling myself, this is just TV. This is just TV. But my anxiety and my stress level was so high. I was like, oh my God, like, is this real? Hold on, it's my grandmama. Hey girl, I'm on my way. We had a little traffic.
Oh, okay. I was trying to electronically pay it. I'm looking like that's working too. Anyway, just come on.
Yeah, I'm
I'll try it
headed.
one more time. You can have it, but it work.
Yeah.
It work.
I already text Jason and let him know I'm probably gonna be a little bit late. He's cool.
What time you have to be there?
1 o'clock, so it might not be too bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what time it was.
It is 12 o'clock.
Still at 2 o'clock.
Well, I got you on speakerphone, and I'm doing a video, so the girls probably heard you say that.
Well, you should tell somebody. Don't help me talk.
Yes, I do. All right, girl. I'll be there in a second. All right. She is adorable. Anyway, where was I, girl? So, yeah, me and my mom was like, she was trying to study. She's in school. She was trying to do her lesson, girl, and we up looking at the TV like, oh, my God. I mean, she literally pushed her computer to the side, I think, and just was like, what's next? So that's going on. People floating in the water. You see dead bodies. The front of the plane is gone. Just gone. It was like the Titanic, how it just snapped. And the front of the plane, she's no longer with us. So I'm imagining that the pilot, the co-pilot, and the girls, they didn't pull through. Girl, why? I'm waiting on a truck to turn. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, plane snapped, fire, rescuers in the water. So we get to the plane, we see, well, let me, okay, y'all got the image, plane, burning, water, all that. Swooping over to land, you have, Athena is going into the airport, because I'm going to talk about her other situation a little bit. She's going into the airport, people are asking her, questions about the plane, blah, blah, blah. And this woman stops her and says, is my husband, is there any information on the plane? My husband was on the plane. His name is Dale Marks. And so I said, oh, no. Because this was before we had seen, Dale on the plane or whatever. So she said his name. I was like, I'm really hoping for Dale. I'm hoping for him. My window. This window isn't sealed, and I can hear the air coming through. It's on my nerves. But, so anyway, Athena, she got a call because there's a guy, quote unquote, acting a fool on the plane. She gets on there, and the air marshal, the airport police has duct taped this man to the seat and duct taped his mouth. Now, that's copying straight from real life, because we've seen that before. A couple years ago, and this guy actually, I think he was actually acting a fool on the plane, and they did duct tape him to the seat. But he was really, really acting a fool, to the point where the passengers actually tackled him, strapped him to the seat, duct taped him. But this guy, I don't understand, because whatever. Anyway, so Athena gets on the plane, Athena Bernadine. She's on the plane, and she sees that this man is duct taped, and she's upset. Why is this man duct taped? What's going on? A young lady pops up saying, I got the whole thing on video. Hands her the video. We watch the video. The man is, he's upset. His father just passed away, and he's actually transporting his father's body somewhere. So his father, is in a casket under the plane. And so he is, when you're grieving, your energy and everything is off. It's different. You are sometimes irrational. Sometimes you just holler and you're mad. But this wasn't even really, I'm sure his grief added to the agitation, but they had been sitting on that plane for 8 hours, grounded on that plane for 8 hours and couldn't go nowhere. Girl, I've been grounded, my last flight, I think, where was my, no, the flight before last, I was grounded for, I think it was 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours. I was grounded and we couldn't really do much, but they did let us get off the plane. They allowed us to shimmy on over to whatever, and get Cinnabon or whatever, and come on back. That's not what happened in this case. So they had been on the plane for 8 hours. Dude wasn't letting them go nowhere. So Athena's like, what, why? Who told you not to let these folks go nowhere? And the man says the CEO of the airline. So Athena's like, you are the police. You don't work for the CEO of the airline. That's not, that ain't, girl. I hope I can get over, because I need to. I can. Look at God. Yeah, so she's like, you don't work for the CEO of the airline, girl. Unstrap this man. So she, they took the tape off of him. She's getting ready to unstrap him. And Officer Dude grabs her shoulder. And she's like, girl, who? as I would have been. And so all in all, girl, they done unstrapped the man, and she ultimately places them under arrest for disorderly conduct so they could get off the plane. I'm not finna do a full day on a plane, a full work day on a plane, and I'm not in the air going nowhere. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, she arrested them, quote unquote, and for disorderly, and they all were able to leave the plane. So that was going on. Where am I? Okay, so Abby is over there. Well, I can't talk about Abby unless I'm talking about Dale. So yeah, okay, Abby. I'm sorry, y'all. This episode has me all thrown and sprawled, and I'm just losing my mind. But Abby is in the, in her chair, taking 911 calls. Dale comes through. He calls, and he's like, I'm on the plane. It's going down. I don't think I'm going to make it out of here. And tell my wife, she's having a difficult pregnancy. Please let her know I love her. I'm sorry. My love will never die. Tell my daughter, I wish I was here to watch her grow up, yada, yada. And it was stressing me out. I'm sitting there like, and Connie Britton played that role so well. Her face conveyed my emotions. So I'm looking at my emotions on her face, and we crying together. I didn't shed a tear. My mom was over there crying, but I did not. I stayed tough. But yeah, it was just a lot going on. So after hearing that and seeing that the plane went down, Abby calls Swoop and is giving, hey, Dale, is he with us, whatever. And she finds out that he's not. He's on the, there's a list of people that are alive and a list of people that aren't. He's on the aren't. So, she has had a hard day. She had to listen to this man die. And so she goes home and she's exhausted. And the caretaker is there. And she's like, I can spend the night. It's no problem. I'll just call my husband, let him know. And I'll just stay over. It's not a big deal. And Abby is like, no, go on home. You cool. It's straight, whatever. And her mama had a moment of lucidness. And she was like, you're tired. And when you're tired, you've always been very grumpy and blah, blah, blah. Even when you were a baby, you were grumpy. And, Abby is like, fine, girl. Yes, I'm grumpy. I'm tired. Blah. And the mama's like, it's hot in here. The caretaker always, I didn't catch her name. She always leaves it too hot in here, blah, blah, blah. And Abby's like, I'll fix it in a minute. No worries. I got it. And she tells her mama, go to sleep. And her mama says, you too. And it sounded really final to me. It sounded very, very final. And I told my mama, this sounds, because my mom was like, when you wake up, she gonna be gone. And we said the same. We both said when she wakes up, she gonna be gone. She was talking about she was gonna be missing. I was talking about she was gonna be dead, because it sounded, the way she said that last little bit of her sentences sounded like, I must leave you now, for it is written, and it must be so. I must go home. For if I should stay, the comforter cannot come. Oh, I must go home. I'm sorry. That's my jam. That is Rejoice by, is it Maddie Moss Clark? Because it's not, they hadn't formed, well, they might have formed the Clark sisters, but their mama had an album, a couple albums, and it was, I think that was the Maddie Moss Clark choir album, whatever. Anyway, y'all don't care. So Abby wakes up, and the mama is gone, but she's not my gone. She's my mama's rendition of gone. She's not in the bed. Abby walks all over the house and sees that the front door is open, and mama's not in there. So she shook, as you would be. And I don't know. I don't think they ever said, I'm trying to remember, because we saw Abby one more time, because Dale's wife came in, and Dale's wife wanted to listen to the tape, and so she came in, she sat at Abby's desk, she put on the headphones, and she listened to the tape. And she started breaking down, and girl, I just could not take it. But in my mind, that happened, I'm not sure, because girl, I was all over the place with that, but didn't that happen after, like the next day or whatever? So did Abby find her mama? She just went to work without knowing what her mama is, or what? Or maybe I'm messing up the timeline. But anyway, so that's out the way. So on the plane, we're rescuing the plane, and all of this is going. You see dead bodies in the water, this and the other. The first person we come upon is a guy strapped to his seat. His seatbelt is pinning him down. He can't get it off. And this is what I'm saying when I said that flying up into the air, as far as the pelvic region and all of that, bad things. Your seatbelt is cool and all, but girl, it can also kill you. So, bald-headed black lady, she is about to unstrap a seatbelt, and I'm like, oh, I can see where this is going. She unstraps the seatbelt, And, this is my grandmama. Hey, girl. Hello.
Well, they said, well, but you can still come get your change for your gas.
Oh, you got it straight?
Yep, that's what they said. They said sometimes they don't know when, but sometimes.
Praise the Lord. All right, well, since I'm
teacher.
I'm in the neighborhood and everything, so.
Okay, well, come on.
All right.
Come to the front, you got to do the front door.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So, yes, she unstraps the seatbelt and his stomach is cut open from the seatbelt. That took me out. It took me out. Because I'm just thinking about it. They have landed in the ocean. This man's stomach is cut open. So this ocean salt water full of who knows what, and only God knows, is seeping into his open stomach. Oh, no. So they got him, on one of the boats, and we never saw him again. So hopefully he pulled through and he didn't get too much of an infection, because God, that took me out. Next, we see the little boy and his mama. The little boy has a cut on his face, and mama's got a couple, contusions, whatever. But she's stuck. Little boy can get out. So she has to convince the boy to go with them, and I'll see you in a little while. It'll be fine, But you can see on her face that it's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And let me tell you something. When I was that little boy's age, and even now, me and my mama are very close. I'm able to read her. She don't think I can, but I can. And I would have known what that face meant, and I wouldn't have went nowhere. Even if she hadn't, shown that face, I would have stayed with my mama. I would have kicked, screamed, bit, fought. I would not have left my mama. And if that boy hadn't left his mama, because he's smaller than his mama, and at one point the water had risen up above them, over with. So if he hadn't left his mama, he would have surely died. They got him. They put him on the boat. He's gone. We got the mama. Mama she's going through. All of this is happening, yada yada, and they can't get her out. While that's going on, they're getting other people at the plane, checking the planes. Bald-headed black lady sees that, because when the plane crashed, one of the rolling carts crashed into the back of the plane where the bathroom is. You remember, the couple was in the bathroom trying to join the Mile High Club. So they were trapped. They were pinned in. Black lady, bald-headed, tried to figure out a way to get them out. Nothing was working. Swoop Bang finally says, well, tie this to the cart, and I'm going to tie it to the boat, and we're going to try to get them out. It worked, but that cart flew Jesus, and if it would have hit anybody, they would not have made it. Their head would have came clean off the bone. Just, whoop, right off. So they are rescued. She opens the door, they come out. The water was, up to here. I imagine they was probably saying their final goodbyes. And so they made it out. Mama's still on the plane. So you have Bobby. Bobby is trying to get these folks off this plane. This mama in particular, off this plane. He's not leaving her. If she's going to die, he is also going to die. He's not leaving her. So, you see, all the trouble. He can't get her out. I can't prolong this. They prolonged it, honey. And I'm just sitting here like, mama is gone. Mama's out of here. But they strapped, Swoop had him strapped something like part of the seat to the boat, and they did the same maneuver. And it got her legs pretty much free, but she was still in the seatbelt, I think. So he had to unstrap her seatbelt. At this point, the plane has plunged underwater. Some kind of way, I don't know how this boy moved so fast, but some kind of way, Swoop got up on a helicopter, strapped on, and he grabs Bobby, he's Buck. He grabs Bobby. Bobby grabs the mama, and the mama just barely makes it out. Barely makes it out. Bobby and the mama barely made it out. So now they're alive. The mama, her legs are all messed up, whatever, because she was crushed. You see baby. The baby is on the beach calling for his mama. And she hears him. She calls out to him. I think his name was like Jacob or something. Calls out to him, and they reunite, and it felt so good. It felt so good. Let me get this last piece. I've been talking forever about this episode, but Athena is stalking this little girl, Layla, and Layla's having a house party, 4 p.m. on a school day. She goes over to the house party, the bus in there, talking about, somebody filed a complaint about, the smell, whatever. And the smell was a skank teenage girl stinking up the neighborhood and bringing down the property value. I said, read her. Layla's pissed. She starts talking crazy. Layla's right-hand girl apparently was May's friend. May is Athena Bernadine's daughter. So she's trying to tiptoe out, and Athena Bernadine is like, girl, I know you. And I see you. You spent the night at my house. You were friends with my daughter. And now you have, girl, betrayal. But Layla, she stands up and says, Athena Bernadine says, my daughter was in the hospital because of you. And Layla says, good, she worthless or whatever. And Athena Bernadine arrests her. And she says, you can't do this, yada, yada. But she could because, girl, drugs. The girl had drugs. She hid them in her purse. Athena saw her. So arrest her. Her parents come in. Her daddy is Braxton P. Hartnebrig from the Jamie Foxx show. And they are outraged. How dare you arrest my daughter, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, girl, she had drugs. So that was going on. All of that, blah, blah, blah. And then the chief, I guess the police chief, calls her into the office and is giving, you're on desk duty because of this. Because no one called a complaint in and you did this, you did that. But I'm like, the arrest still was good because the girl had drugs. Like, maybe she wasn't supposed to be in there, but the girl had drugs. I'm rooting for Athena. But yeah, that's what went on. I've been on here far too long talking about this, but my shirt's all wrinkled. Oh, no, nope, my shirt's still wrinkled. Anyway, y'all, let me go in here and take care of my grandmama, and I'm going to see y'all in something else in a minute. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers saying. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.